All right, so as we march forward and we get into the co-main event, this is where things get interesting in a hurry because you got Zhang Weili, the current champ, taking on Tatiana Suarez, and this is going to be a high-level fight where you finally get an undefeated fighter in Suarez coming up to challenge Zhang Weili. And if she can get the win, we have a new superstar in the making. But it's not going to be easy to take down Zhang Weili. So which way will we go in this one? We don't want to give it away. So let's get into it right now. In the women's strawweight division for the women's strawweight division title, you got champion Zhang Weili coming in at 25-3. You know she's from China, right? Taking on the undefeated 11-0 Tatiana Suarez, fighting out of USA. So China versus USA in this one. Suarez 1 inch taller at 5'5". She's 34. Zhang Weili 35. And we've seen this in the women's divisions, right? The older the fighters get, the prime window for the women seems to be much later than the men. The men are like 27 to 33. The women are like 30 to 36, 37 years old. So they're right in the prime. Suarez 3 inch reach advantage. She fights left-handed or southpaw. Zhang Weili is a switch stance fighter. Zhang Weili is going to be more active on the feet, 5.7 significant strikes per minute to 4.3 for Suarez. But Suarez lands 2 takedowns on average per round. Zhang Weili gets like 2 every 3 rounds. So she more than doubles up Zhang Weili on the ground. Now, Zhang Weili, not great takedown defense at just 50%. That could be a problem. But she's winning. She beat Yan Xiaonan by decision, in dominant fashion, 106 to 43 in significant strikes, 6-3 on the ground against Amanda Lemos, 6 takedowns to none, 163 to 24 in significant strikes. So it's like the old Zhang Weili is back. You remember she lost back-to-back fights to Rose Namajunas by KO and split decision, but since then she's run off 4 straight victories. Suarez 100% takedown defense. That'll be tested in this fight if Zhang Weili decides to go to the ground. Now Suarez beat Jessica Andrade by submission, beat Montana De La Rosa by submission, Nina Nunes decision. So she's rolling as well. And what you see from Suarez is she just takes the numbers of her opponents and brings them way down. Like Jessica Andrade, she took her down 3 times, held her to 11 significant strikes and over 6.5 minutes of action. So that's going to be the big question mark. Can she slow down Zhang Weili like she does with other opponents? And can she dominate the ground? We saw Zhang Weili have 12 takedowns in the last 2 fights. Suarez has had 9 in the last 3. So, boy, this is a tough one because you got Suarez on the come up. This is a big time levels fight, obviously, because you're fighting for the title. Zhang Weili is rolling right now. And this is a tough one for me. I want to see Tatiana Suarez win. Do I believe she can win? Yes. Uh, Zhang Weili is the favorite, but I'm going to take a chance here, man. Something just tells me it's Tatiana Suarez's time. This is going to be a big fight, and she's going to try to dominate the ground. And if she can't do that in the first 2 rounds, right? If she gets beat in the first 2 rounds, even if it's not a finish, hopefully, she's not going to win this fight. But if she can show in the first 2 rounds that she can dominate the ground in one of those 2, she's going to go on to win 2 of the next 3 rounds to take the title 48-47, in my opinion, by decision. If she could submit Zhang Weili, that would be even better. I don't believe that's going to happen. You never know. I mean, that would be huge. But Tatiana Suarez, in my opinion, is going to win the belt. And what better to have an American fighter at the top of the women's strawweight division and one that's undefeated at 12-0. That's my opinion. That's what I think happens. And she's got to do it on the ground. She's got to, slow down Zhang Weili with the takedowns and dominate in control to get the win. And I believe she does that here to capture the women's strawweight division title at UFC 312. Yeah, so it just comes down to control. I mean, she's going to have to control Zhang Weili. Easier said than done because Zhang Weili is a striker, has good takedown defense. If she's on the ground, she can defend herself there as well. But Tatiana Suarez is undefeated for a reason, and I expect her to bring it in this fight and walk out with the victory. Just hard to say how. It's hard to see Zhang Weili get submitted, but Tatiana Suarez is that good.